How's it going? David from Comic Book Investments. Well, I did something super risky and could be something super stupid. Um, I just bought. It's probably the most expensive ungraded book I've ever bought. I bought an ungraded copy off eBay for $10,000. And the person only had one feedback from like a year ago or 2 years ago. Um, Yeah, I never really spend that much money on a raw ungraded comic, especially on eBay. Like something like Comic Link or Comic Next or Heritage or something like that. Yeah, I think I've bought a few books that are over 10 grand. I never very often, but not from eBay, especially ungraded. And the reason why is because you have pictures and you can't really tell. Like the difference between a 9.8 and a 9.4 in pictures on eBay is like impossible to tell, right? You can't. You can't. You can't. The only way you can see a 9.8 is like if you look at it, in hand. And if it's ungraded, that's wildly different depending on the book. Now, this is not a 9.8, but I'm just giving you an example. So I've never spent that much because it's just too risky. I just don't. It's just not worth it because someone like, oh, even if they don't say it or say they do call it a 9.8, then or 9.6 or 9.4, whatever it is, you can't take their word for it. They don't know what they're doing, especially someone with one feedback. And yeah, you could open up a case with eBay and do all that, but there's not a 100% guarantee you will get your money back. And on top of that, if you're dealing with someone who has one feedback, they will be like, "No, I don't know what I'm doing. I said that in the listing," and they'll fight it. And then it could be months until you get your money back because they'll fight it, and you have to wait like 2 weeks before you can even open a case on eBay. And then another thing you run into is restoration, right? What if this book is restored? Then that's a huge, huge another thing. Or what if it's restoration I can't detect? Then I send it off to get graded, and then it's like, oh, whoops, it's restored. Yay. So this was very, very risky. I don't know what possessed me to do it. But anyways, fun fact, it says that this person, I'm not going to give out the address, but it says it's from S.A. Galacci from Washington. Now, that will give you guys out there who knows what I'm talking about. I probably said his last name wrong. Gallacci. Galacci. That'll give you a clue on what this is. Now, I had no idea when I bought this that it was from this person. Now, obviously, this could be faked, right? But that's pretty crazy for someone to fake something like that. But yeah, so you might not. If you guys don't know, I will tell you. All right, so here we go. Just $10,000 book just in a tiny little box like this. That's another reason why I don't like buying stuff on eBay. It's like I've literally gotten people taking like $1,000 books, putting it in a manila envelope, and then that's it. No bag or backboard, nothing. So, all right. And then there's no packing material. Yay. That's great. Oh, that's cool. I wonder if this is legit. I'm going to have to save that. I don't have my knife with me, my favorite knife. So I'm just using a key. It's just construction paper. All right. I'm gonna save this and show you there's a little drawing on it. Just technically, well, for all of you who don't know. All right. Man, I really wish I had my knife. Okay. Alright, so it's wrapped in construction paper or brown paper, packing paper. Alright, now it's in these little foam pads, so that's good. It's held together by some masking tape. Once again, this is going to be the only reason I spent so much money and did this on an uncased book, which is just crazy to me. I think it's the most I've ever paid for an ungraded book on eBay. Well, the other places don't sell. Is because this book is super rare, hard to get, and it's very expensive. Oh my gosh. No bag and backboard. Ugh. Here it is. Actually, didn't look at it. Yes, there it is. Albedo number 2. Oh my God, no bag and backboard. Oh, ho, 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 ho. All right. Here's the back. Yeah, I will put this in a bag and backboard. But yeah, look at that. Albedo number 2. Oh God. And the reason why I found it interesting, Steve S.A. Galacci, which is Steve A. Galacci, is actually the creator of this book. He is not the creator of Usagi. He's the creator of Albedo, the comic series. And then on top of that, see if I can get a closer view of it. Yeah, so if you look at this, what makes this cool, this little piece of paper here, is he drew the little Usagi rabbit, I don't know if you could tell, and signed it. I'm going to get closer. So yeah, he is the creator of Albedo, the comic series. He does drawings and stuff like that. Good thing I washed my hands before this. All right, moment of truth. Is it as nice as I hoped? Please be as nice as I hoped. So this, from what I understand the listing, was Steve's Galacci's file copy. And for those of you who don't know what a file copy is if you make something like me, let's pretend I made this comic book, I would file one away for my own, just for my own records. It is pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. So, but you can never trust anyone on eBay. I don't see any restoration. Hold on. But yeah, he created this book. And if it is, it seems like it is, it's from the guy himself. So that's cool. Yeah, it is nice. I see no restoration. The only thing it could be is maybe trimmed, but I don't think so. I really don't. Because the corners are really nice. It looks to be anywhere. I mean, just glancing at it now, I have to look at it more thorough. It's nice. I mean, it doesn't. Those edges are super clean. I don't think it's trimmed. I mean, I've only had one of these before. So, again, here it is. Yeah. So, I think it kind of worked out so far. I'm going to look at it more detailed here in a little bit. But I think it worked out. It's the most I ever paid for a raw comic on eBay. It could have turned out really bad. I've spent like, I bought a comic where I spent, I think it was a Spider-Man 1 or something. This is a while ago. I spent like $5 or $6 grand on it, and I get it in, and it's like has restoration, and of course the person's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, blah blah blah, I don't know anything about comics. And so it's like you have to open return, but then when it's a high value, eBay doesn't really like to step in as much. And then on top of that, you have to risking it, sending it off to someone, and then they get it, or they might not get it, right? So even if you can return it, I just sent back a Spider-Man 3 to a person, and he was like, he refused to give me the refund. He just wouldn't respond. And so I literally had to call eBay, and you have to wait a certain number of days and all this kind of stuff. So it's like, it's a big long hassle when you return something. It's like you have all this money tied up, and now you don't even have the book because you sent it back. So yeah, I am going to do on my market analysis, albedo number 2, first Usagi. I am pretty excited. From what I look like, it looks like a high grade. Anywhere in the 9s for sure. The only thing that looks suspect is maybe it's trimmed, but it's just such clean edges because it's high grade that could be why. But I don't think so. It feels a little small, but again, I haven't had one of these. I have an albedo 3, so I'll check the sizing to make sure that it's the appropriate size because it should be the same size from 2 to 3. And yeah, but it's actually pretty cool. If this is, maybe I'll keep this little rabbit. He says the winner, Steve Galacci. That's pretty cool. So it was his actual file copy. So I guess he never used eBay. I mean, what a find. That's pretty crazy. It could have went terribly wrong. I could have got it in and it was, creasing somewhere, color breaking, where it wasn't nice. And then I end up losing a bunch of money, or there's restoration or something wrong with the pages and it's totally messed up. So it was a massive risk. Like, I do not recommend. I rarely do something like this. Like I said, this is the first time in 13 years I spent this much money. So I do not recommend doing something like that. It's super risky. I just took a chance. It paid off, but I've taken other chances where it does not pay off. So, but I figured since I had a camera and I have a YouTube show, I would show you me open it. So pretty cool. All right. As always, link to my website down below, collectorscomics.com. I know the number one question I'm going to get from this video, is it for sale? Are you going to list it? No, I am not. Is it going in my personal collection? No, I am going to hold this book. As I've talked about in my other spec videos about Usagi, I'm holding it. I feel confident in this book, and I'm excited to have it. So I will case it and hold it, which means technically it's in my personal collection until I decide to sell it. So, all right, have a good day.